What is up, people? What is going on? We are back in the building. We are live on Friday night. I was going to take tonight off because I just got back in earlier today from Vid Summit from Dallas. But you know what? I wanted to come back because there have been a change in the way things are being done around here. Some of y'all might already notice. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah. What is going on? Good to see all y'all in the chat. You know what? I'm already late as hell anyway. So let me go ahead and start wasting time and let's get into this intro and we can go to work and do what we got to do. But current time is 6:49 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. Yes. So for my regulars, y'all know what's about to happen next. I don't have to explain anything to y'all, but for those of y'all who are new here, or for those of y'all who somehow catch the replay, this is the part of the live stream where I'm going to need you to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I will not be held liable for what your neighbors think about you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. That's on you, not on me. That's on you, not on me. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the introduction and the festivities and live stream and see where the hell this live stream takes me. Who knows? Since it wasn't an unplanned live stream, we'll go to work. Let's go. Woo! What's up, people? This your boy Vyyyper, the man about tech, and we are live! Welcome to Friday Night Fight, baby! Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah! It is that day again! We are back! We are live on YouTube! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes! Already off to a flying start. But before I get started with tonight's festivities, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. First on the list, my homie Trenton, the troublemaker extraordinaire. What's up, bro? How you doing? We got Pat Tech in the building. What's up, bro? How you been? We got Technically T from the ATL. What's up, bro? How you been? We got Wisdom Empire in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing? I know, a little late. I know. We got my man Joe out there. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. My enforcer, Genosis, is in the cut. What's up, bro? How you doing? What's going on? My dude from Sweden, Dennis Carlson, is here. What's up, bro? How you doing? My homie Gino is in the building as well. What's up, Gino? How you doing, sir? We got channel member extraordinaire, Don Coven. What's up, bro? How you doing? Gwendolyn G is here. Hey, Gwendolyn, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, we got the business extraordinaire himself, Mr. LeBaron Burton is live. What's up, bro? How you doing? What's going on? We got Tech 702. What's up, bro? How you been? Who else we got out here? We keep scrolling here. We got, oh, there he is. The Norwegian sensation, Elvin. Hey, it's here. What's up, bro? How you doing? Who else we got? Let me keep going down here. We got my dude, Alan Osborne is in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing? And we got A is in the building. What's up, A? How you doing? What is going on? Hey, you should be used to about that, okay? You've been around a few of these streams, so you know how we do. So don't blame Vyyyper, okay? Do not blame Vyyyper. Jason C is in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you in the cut. So, man, where to begin with tonight's stream? Your boy had a week, bro. I had a week. It was wild. It was just absolutely wild. I think most of y'all know I was down in Dallas, Texas for the past week for Vid Summit 2023. If you don't know what Vid Summit is, it is a yearly conference put on for creators, by creators, put on by Daryl Eve, Sean Durant, and yes, Mr. Beast himself. Mr. Beast was there in attendance. I got to tell him about his fitness and how I was impressed, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I was there. I'm one of the hosts of the event. I've been hosting that event for the last 3 years now, and I had an absolute blast. And yeah, it was just cool. John Michelle, what's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you. What's going on? Welcome back to the stream. But this year was wild, and it was wild because it was the 10th anniversary of Vit Summit. So Daryl wanted to do it big. I mean, they've been doing this event for 10 years, man, and he really put out all the stops for this 10th anniversary of Vit Summit, yo. I mean, we had a brand new venue, we had double the attendance, and the end of the live stream was wild. And if you don't believe me about the end of the conference, excuse me, the end of the conference was wild. And if you don't believe me about the end of the conference being absolutely crazy, hold on for a second. I don't know if you. I invite you to just feast your eyes on the clip, yo. let me see how I do. How we do this? Oh, now I've been around. It's been around since I used this particular software, but let's see what's going on. There we go. All right, there we go. It's been a while. Here we go. All right. So when I said it was wild, I said it was wild. So watch what happens in these 8 seconds, yo. This is kind of crazy. Let me know if y'all can hear this. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but let me know.
Woo, John, this fucking what?
Really? Oh my gosh, he runs fast. That is so amazing.
That me, yo. I might be an old dude, but I can still move, yo. I can still move out here. But in case you don't know what's going on in that particular clip, that is your boy Vyyyper running at almost full speed, giving away a PlayStation 5. Like, that's how wild Vit Summit was this year. They had me out here giving away PS5 or a PS5, but not just any PS5. Oh, no. That PS5 was a PS5 that was played by Mr. Beast himself. And y'all know how crazy the kids get about anything Mr. Beast related. So for Daryl to like let me give away that PS5 that was played by Mr. Beast, kind of crazy. But yeah, it was that type of event, something, man. We gave away the PS5. We were giving away aperture lights. We were also giving away Peter McKinnon nomadic backpacks, which I got to bring one home myself as a gift. But yeah, man, it was wild. Hey, Angelique, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you in the building. But yeah, Vit Summit was wild. I got to meet some people I haven't met before. Our boy Trenton was there. I got to meet Trenton in person. And trust me when I tell y'all, he causes just as much, if not more trouble in person than he does on the internet, yo. He is a bona fide troublemaker no matter where he is. He is dangerous, yo. And he was definitely causing trouble down there in Dallas, Texas. But it was on. It was popping. Shout out to Rebecca MC. I got to meet her in person. She is from Dallas, so we got to meet her and everything. She took care of us. So shout out to Rebecca. I don't know if you're watching or listening, but I appreciate the Southern hospitality. Appreciate you. Got to reconnect with my people. Daryl Eves, Sean Duras, Roberto Blake, Emily D. Baker was down there. Justin Moore was down there. I mean, it was a blast, man. It was a blast. Yo, Home Rapid Repair, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you in the cut. What's going on? And El Cholesterol, what's happening, bro? How you doing? What is going on? Listen, Fit Blonde. Your boy Rocker was sleeping on the plane. Yo, I had 2 flights today because I had a connecting flight. So my first flight was at 5:30 in the morning. So when that plane took off, your boy Vyyyper was taking micro sleep because I was still tired, okay? So yes, I do sleep. He out here lying, yo. Don't believe anything this man says. This man is lying. He was not on his best behavior, yo. He was out here on his Frosty Carter, yo. When I say Trenton was on his Frosty Carter, yo, he was on his Frosty Carter. He was utilizing that 5-time photo zoom on the iPhone. He was utilizing that scumbag zoom, yo. He was not on his best behavior, yo. He was not. But I mean, that's what Trenton is. You can't take that man nowhere. You cannot take that man nowhere, yo. And speaking of can't take people nowhere, apparently I can't take Emily D. Baker anywhere either, yo. I'm not gonna put this out there. This is just for y'all here in the stream. But we were like next to her, right? I mean, oh yeah. I was talking to my homie Dana from StreamYard, and I'll get to that in a minute. I was talking to my homie Dana from StreamYard. We were at a StreamYard party, right? And Emily was there because, you know, Emily has a relationship with StreamYard and different that and the other. And I was talking to Dana about Emily and how Emily had come up because some of y'all might remember Emily D. Baker used to make tech videos, yo. That's how we met. So she used to make tech videos before she became the law queen. So I was talking to Dana, and Emily was standing next to her, and I was talking about how Emily gets super chatted a lot. So I turned to Emily because she was standing next to me and Dana. I turned to Emily. I'm like, Emily, why do people like to super chat you so much? Emily not even a hesitation, looked at us and goes, because I twerk. I'm like, what? I'm like, whoa, hold on, bro, what? Bro, I am not lying. I can't make this shit up if I try. Emily was like, yo, because I twerk you. I'm like, bro. Like, hell no. Oh my God. Yo, y'all know, if you know Emily, you know Emily and Wild though. And I'm not surprised by that response by Emily, yo. But yeah. When she said, cause she twerked, bro, I lost it, yo. I was done. Like, I was done at that point. But that's the type of environment, man. That's the type of environment that is going on. People are comfortable down there with these conversations and things, man, and you just don't know what's gonna happen down there, yo. It was lit. It was live. Jeff Hale, what's up, bro? How you doing? Good to see you, Jeff. Blessings to you as well, my dude. What's going on? So the other thing, some of y'all might have noticed that we are back on the yard. That's right. Your boy Vyyyper has returned to StreamYard. I haven't used StreamYard in well over a year, I don't think. But we're back on StreamYard. And we're back on StreamYard because they were good enough to allow me to access to their professional setup. And they were like, yo, Vyyyper. I'm like, StreamYard is there. They're one of the sponsors for the event. So I go up and I'm talking to you. I'm like, yo, listen, I want to use StreamYard, but I'm using your competitor because I don't have to pay for your competitors, yo. I'm like, so what can we do? Like, because I would prefer to use StreamYard, but your competitor, I have a deal with. I don't have to pay for your competitor. So what can we do? And Dana was like, Vyyyper, we got you. So here we are, back on StreamYard. Appreciate the people at StreamYard for taking care of Vyyyper. We back in the building, and we all good. So I think StreamYard makes it easier for people to go live. I love StreamYard. You guys know I've used them for years, and we back in the building because they take care of creators, and that's why we here. So shout out to StreamYard. Also, they hooked me up with this blue StreamYard shirt, which was, I think, available to their team members only. But I'm like, yo, how do I get one of those? And they found one for me, yo. So yeah, they found me a blue shirt, so I got a blue shirt. So this is not a sponsored stream. I'm not getting paid or anything like that, but they are hooking me up with use to their software or their service. So yeah, Vyyyper, we back in the building with StreamYard. So we out here. But yeah, Vid Summit was awesome. It's funny, right? I've been doing the MC thing at Vid Summit for 3 years, and every now and then you get to introduce your friends who are speakers there. So there were a few moments this year where I got to introduce friends of mine that I've known for years. Emily Baker is one of them. I've known her I told you I've known her for 5 years now. I got to introduce her before her speech. Our dude, Justin Moore, I got to introduce him, which was awesome. I got to introduce Nick Nimmin as well. And I got to introduce my man, Renee Ritchie, because he was there doing a talk for YouTube. I got to introduce him as well. And that was cool because Renee was on the main stage. And I have never done an intro on the main stage before this year. But I'm like, yo, I need to introduce Renee. Because me and Renee go back 10 years. So they were like, Vyyyper, we got you. All yours. So shout out to them for Owen for letting me introduce Renee on the main stage. That was a special moment for me because, again, I know Renee for 10 years, man. So Renee went out there and he crushed it as he usually does. But, I am well aware that I am the man about tech, and I'm also aware that Vid Summit was not the only big event that happened this week. We had a tech event, yo. Yes, we did. We had a Google Pixel event 2 days ago, and unfortunately, I couldn't really pay much attention because I was working at Vid Summit. But I was up and down Twitter, looking at all the specs and things like that for the Pixel and the Pixel 8 Pro, and it looks like Google is bringing the noise this year, yo. Like, I am impressed with the Pixel 8. Let me see if I can find some specs. I'm not impressed with the trade-in for Google, which is why I won't be getting one per se. But now I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna get the device because every time I say I'm not gonna get a device, I somehow end up getting it. But what I will say is that right now, I have no plans of getting one. At this time, they're not sending one out, so I won't be covering it like that. But I'm pretty sure other creators will get their hands on it and they'll cover it. But me, not so much right now. Could I cover in the future if they decide to send one out? That's a possibility. But right now, not getting one. But I look at the Pixel 8, yo, and I'm looking at these specs, yo, and your boy Vyper's impressed. I can't help but be impressed, yo. So let's look at these specs. Let's look at these specs, yo. Let's look at these specs. Boom. Share my screen again. What? Okay, what are we doing? Get out of here. All right. So we're sharing the screen. Boom. All right, so we got the specs for the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro here. Now, the number one thing that jumped off the page at me immediately, not immediately, immediately jumped off the page at me is the brightness. I don't know how many of y'all, I don't know how long y'all have been following me and my Pixel coverage, but one of my biggest complaints about Pixel phones for the past like 4 or 5 years now, the brightness was terrible. They're like every time I compared a Pixel phone to a Samsung or an iPhone, the display just looked dim. Like it was in the dark or something. It was like the light was being held back. It was like Darth Vader was using the Jedi Force against pixels. I didn't understand it. It didn't make no sense. But the Pixel 8 Pro gets up to 2,400 nits of brightness, which is the brightest of any smartphone out there today. So Google, yes, finally, they listen to Vyyyper. They're like, yo, Vyyyper, we hear you. We are tired of Vyyyper complaining about the brightness on Pixel devices, and they fixed it. Even the Pixel 8 has a peak nit brightness of 2,000 nits. I am about this life. This is incredible. For comparison, right now, the S23 Ultra, I think, has 2,000 nits, and so does the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. So, finally, the Pixel devices are on par with the flagship iPhones and Samsungs of the world. This is legit. I am here for this. The other thing that jumps out at me about the Pixel devices is they are now using the updated Tensor G3 chip. What is it? Tensor G3. Now, the Tensor chip has also been a pain point of Pixel devices in the past. The Tensor 1 and the Tensor 2, they were known for not handling heat well. We don't know how that's going to work out for the Generation 3 Tensor chip, but hopefully it is better because every time a Pixel phone has been released, there have been complaints about the phone getting warm or overheating, similar to what we had going on with the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro and Pro Max this year. Apple just released a software update to try to address that. We'll see how that affects it in the long run. But the Tensor chips have long had the weakness of not handling heat well. Hopefully, the Tensor G3 will be much better at dissipating heat, and the Pixel won't get as warm. Because it looks like this phone has some serious specs going on. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, got 30 watt fast charging, so that's pretty cool. Although we know that the OnePlus and the Oppo, they got like 2,000 watt fast charging, but the big boys ain't playing that game here in the US. They're not doing that because Samsung caught fire literally a few years ago, so we know they're not playing that game. But just having any sort of fast charging on these devices is legit. I'm down. The Pixel camera, I think is either similar or a little different than last year, but there's a lot of software stuff going on. I haven't really looked into too much of it, but I heard that they're doing a lot of stuff with AI with the camera this year, especially as it relates to changing backgrounds and magic erasing things and redoing background with AI. So we'll have to see how that stuff plays out when the phone is released. It's already up for pre-order now. The phone should be released next Friday or whatever, or the 12th of October, whatever that is. I think that's Friday, right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think that's next Friday. So the phones will be out next Friday. I'm guessing the early reviews will be out next week. So yeah, we won't have to wait long to see what the Pixel phone brings to the table. Also, I almost glossed over this. The other big thing about the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro, and I don't really know how to feel about this one. I mean, I guess it's impressive, but Google is offering 7 years of OS updates for the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. And on its face, that's amazing, right? Usually with the Pixel phones, you're lucky if you get 2 or 3 years of updates. But with these phones, they're giving us 7 years of updates. Now, on the surface, awesome. No complaints. I think that's absolutely incredible that they are offering 7 years of updates. But how many people are actually going to keep their phone for 7 years? I would almost argue that it is a bad idea to keep your phone for 7 years. These phones are using lithium-ion batteries, and lithium-ion batteries are trash after 2 years usually. Now, I know that some of them they last longer than that sometimes. That's cool, but I'm not keeping a lithium-ion battery phone longer than 2 years. I'm not doing that, but that's just me. You do what you want to do. But it's cool that they are offering 7 years. But would I advise you to keep your phone for 7 years? I would not advise that at all. I don't even know if a phone will last 7 years, but because the batteries degrade over time, they degrade. And we've seen how many cases of battery swelling up after the years of the phone being kept and different things like that. So while it's nice that they are offering 7 years of OS updates, should you keep your phone for that long? Probably not. I would say the max, maybe 4 or 5 years. At max, you should keep your phone. Me personally, I'm not keeping the phone longer than 2 years just because I'm weary of the battery after that point. But that's just me. I know we are all in different financial situations, so you got to do what you got to do. But me personally, I would recommend that you do not keep a phone longer than 2 years. It's not a good look. All right. So LeBaron says you have people keeping their phones that long all the time. For 7 years? Who do you know that kept their phone 7 years, my dude? Like, okay. In the chat, if you know somebody who kept their phone for 7 years, let me know in the chat. I need to know. Because I don't know that many people that kept their phone for almost a decade. Like, I don't know anybody. I don't know. I know people keep their phone for a long time, but I don't know who keeps their phone for 7 years. But I almost forgot that we have guests tonight, yo. So, let's bring in a Pixel expert here. I forgot this guy is actually a Pixel expert, and I'm sure he might have some thoughts on the announcement of the Pixel 8 Pro. He hasn't been here for a while, so let's welcome.
Got echo.
I'm hearing myself through your microphone or something. Let's see. Are y'all hearing their echo? Let me know. What is going on? I'm hearing myself through your microphone or something. Ooh. This is weird.
StreamYard buffered.
I'm going on.
I have not changed my settings. I got the same input output. Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
No. Okay, hold on. You think it's here? Maybe it's on my end. Let's see. Now, see, this is the weird thing because I've not used StreamYard in a while. So maybe it's something on my end. I don't know. Testing.
Test.
Hello.
Nope.
I don't know what's going on. Damn.
How's this? If it's going to be bad, I guess I'll just leave. Because you can't have that.
I mean, you're good. It's like when I talk. Oh, it's gone. Did you do something?
Did I do something?
It's gone now.
It's gone now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I may have done something. Hold on.
It's gone now.
Okay, now I just undid something.
Testing.
Is
Oh.
it?
Oh, hold on.
Not
Hold on. Okay. Whatever you just undid, I need you to re-undo it because it stopped the echo.
That's weird. And there we go. I did it again.
Okay. Yeah, now we're good.
Really? That's weird. Wow.
So what did you do?
Okay, so under settings, audio, I clicked on echo cancellation, which shouldn't happen because I'm wearing headphones. Everything's coming through here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, StreamYard is weird like that. I
don't know.
Weird quirk.
I don't know if we both need to do it, but I did it. Is the audience hearing it? Please, I hope.
No, I think if they said it's gone when you check the box, they left. So we're good.
So okay, so it's my fault. Anyway, how you doing? You called me a Pixel expert? No,
you're the one that's covering all the Pixel stuff.
No. I haven't.
Look at the hat on your head. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, this is a
look at this, y'all. Look at him. See, he said, look. I'm not a Pixel expert. I'm going to come on Vyyyper stream wearing a Google hat. Okay, all right, buddy.
They sent this to me when they sent out the 4A a few years ago. And then yes, it's not a skull cap. It's not a beanie. It's a toque. Okay, Canadians in the house, say hi. Okay, it's a toque. It's a toque.
So LeBaron said that his neighbor just got rid of their iPhone 8. So that's almost 7 years. Okay, almost. That's crazy though. That's wild. That's wild to keep a phone that long. Damn.
Okay. I have a bigger theory about the 7-year thing.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, I didn't know. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
I very rarely drink Coca-Cola anymore. Like I don't drink any sugary stuff. But I got a free Coke, complimentary Coke from my barber a couple weeks ago, and I found it. And then I saw in our liquor cabinet we had some spiced rum left, and I'm like, "What would spiced rum and Coke go good?
Oh Lord!"
And it does.
He said we're gonna find out tonight, yo.
No, don't worry. We'll behave anyway. So here's my theory about the 7-year thing. So our good friend, have you heard of this guy? This Marquez Brownlee guy?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He put out a really good video, and I thought he would touch on this, but he didn't. He went in on Google, and rightfully so. He's just talking the facts about, Google basically kills off everything, right? And there's been things out there that we thought were going to be awesome, and then gone. Like Stadia, I really thought Stadia would take off. I still have my controllers. I made them Wi-Fi. They're pretty good controllers. But I mean, Stadia, Google Travel, all the different meshing apps, Allo. Remember Allo and everything like that, right?
I do.
I think the 7-year thing is more of showing a commitment to the Google Pixel ecosystem and going forward. Not so much that anybody expects to have their device that long, but 7 years to say that, hey, it's going to stick around, it's going to appease the shareholders and whatnot. But you know what? At the same time, we've heard them not say anything like this, like the same way in terms of length of term or whatever. They could easily turn around next week and say, you know what, we're not going to do that anymore. And so I guess I hate using this adjective, but time will tell, kind of thing, right?
I mean, but somebody else, I saw some commentary about this, and somebody else said that Google does not go back on their update promises. So if they're promising 7 years to support these phones should get to 7 years. Now, again, I don't think you should keep your phone that long, but if Google going to support it that long, then hey, more power to them.
I would say
that's amazing.
I would say max 4 years if you can get that, but you're spot on with the 2-year thing. I mean, I had a Samsung Galaxy S7 that we put in storage, like in our closet, and it was around 40% when we put it away. And I think you saw the video. I put on the Twitter X there and everything like that. The battery, it expanded, right? It was just sitting there, but we hadn't turned it on for like over a year. And I've had this happen with other devices. We've seen other people with brand new devices, they expand. Like it's just the nature, unfortunately, of lithium-ion batteries. And so I don't know if you can make a device last that long.
So here's my question to you, and I'm not a market expert, so I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the chat. Now that these phones, the 8 and 8 Pro, are getting 7-year support, will this increase their retail value? I'm kind of curious about that.
I don't think for this round, maybe Pixel 9 and 10. And like it's hard to kind of gauge what the market's at. Like, so for example, like here in Canada, and I know in the UK, for example, they didn't get really good trade-in values. It seems like you guys got better trade-in values this year for Pixels than usual. I heard that Best Buy was actually doing even better than the Google store, which I thought that was cool. But I think it'll come down to like what's going on in the market and whatnot in different areas. I mean, I know, for example, if I were to take the Pixel 6a, which I'm trading in next week for the 8 Pro, I would only get $200 or $300 locally on a private sale, but I'm getting a little bit more than that with my trade-in. I'm also trading in my 7 Pro, so I'm picking up the 8 Pro next week. I'm trading in 2 devices, and away we go, kind of thing. So that's where I'm at. I'm supposed to be picking up Thursday or whatever. So there needs to be this perceived thing from the general public of, and I hate the whole average consumer thing, but I mean there needs to be that perception that they're worth. Like right now, people in most part of North America, they know that Apples have a really great resale value because of how long they're supported and and the whole ecosystem, right? So I think there needs to be that perception, and also at the same time, going back to the 7-year thing, everybody understands 7 years, like 7-year updates, 7 years of upgrades. If you want to call it a warranty, you could also, I guess you could call it that. That's not what it is. No. But I mean, everybody understands 7 years of updates, right? Everybody knows that iPhones get 6 plus or whatever it is, 5 plus or 6 plus, whatever it is, right? So that's, at least it's something that everybody can understand, right? So if someone's going to go buy a Pixel 8 or 8 Pro, they're going to know that it's going to be good to go for until 2030, which is kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, I haven't watched the MKBHD video, so I don't know exactly what he said. But it sounds like he was calling into question Google's commitment, and rightfully so. I mean, dude, they have a history of killing things long before their time. So I mean, he has every right to be skeptical. But again, if they're advertising that they're going to support these phones for 7 years, we have no reason not to believe them, because with some of the other stuff that they canceled, I don't know if they actually put a timetable on the other things that they canceled like before their time. They just gave it to us, and then at a time that they felt they didn't have any use any longer, they took them away. But they didn't promise those things were going to be there available for a certain amount of time. They are literally promising that these updates or these phones are going to be updated for 7 years. So I expect them to honor the 7 years, and if they don't, then you better believe the tech community will hold them to the fire like we do everybody else. So.
Here's my thought, and I hope this doesn't happen. If they don't honor it, that's kind of the end of the Pixel line. Do you know what I mean? Like that's just you're done. Yeah. Now here's another thing too. This is a huge win for consumers as well, because people are going to go into the Verizon, the T-Mobiles, the Telus, the Bells, whatever, and then the rep can say, "Hey, it's supported for 7 years. It's going to It's not just like operating. You're going to get security, AI." There's someone at the front door, and I'm not going to tell you guys who. But anyway, yeah, you're going to get like all 3 levels, right? Which is amazing. So. That's a huge point for selling, and I think it just adds a little more value, and I think it's going to take a couple more years for these people to have that perception of like, okay, Pixels are worth more for trade-ins and whatnot. But it also, for brands that want to come to North America, Oppo, Xiaomi, Realme, like I'm talking about all the imports,
right?
Now the carriers are going to look at this and go, well, Apple does 6 Plus, Pixel does 7. You're only doing 2? I'm sorry, I can't sell you my store. Right?
I mean, to be fair, though, I don't know if they have any plans. The only one that I've seen that actually looked like they wanted to make any headway in the U.S. was Xiaomi. Oppo and Vivo look like they have no plans of coming to the U.S. and they don't need to. They make enough money.
Yeah, but it just adds that extra. Excuse me. It just adds that extra layer of like.
No, you're right.
This. Yeah.
You're right.
So it's I hate using all these like cringy, typical marketing terms, but it really does change the game, especially on the Android market.
Yeah. So LeBaron, I want to talk about this. He said being committed to a product and supporting existing customer devices are 2 different discussions. With Google, is it though? I feel like it's one and the same with Google. Because remember, we had Google Hangout for like 4 years? Oh no, 2 years. Well, I think we had Google Hangout for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But then they yanked it in 2019. They just said, no, we're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that and that vein, we're talking about supporting a product and supporting the people that were using it. We were using it. Me and Zach were using it.
No, that's how we started, man.
Our first big live stream, my first big live stream of my career was Google Hangouts, where Zach, John Prosser, Taylor Tech, and a bunch of other people, that was Google Hangouts. And then the next year it was gone. So
it's funny you say it's just funny you say that about the Hangouts, because someone liked a tweet or an X, whatever the heck it's called now, the other day, and it was of a clip from a Vype Drive one, from a Vype Live, and it was using Google Hangouts. I can't remember I couldn't see who was on the bottom. Someone clipped this and put it on Twitter. I mean, hopefully someone can find it. It was when I got a phone call. Remember when I got the spam phone call and I'm like, "You're on Vyper Live," and the girl like hung up. She like flipped out and you're like, "Tyler, you're on Vyper Live." I'm like,
I remember this,
and I found it. And someone liked it. I forgot to bookmark it or whatever. And I want to find it but that was using that. Anyway, side story. That was using Google Hangouts. But remember how you used to like switch back and forth? It was a good product. But you know what?
Yeah, it was
even better. You know what's even better?
No, Brian, you're right. There was no promise, but there were people still using Hangouts. We were literally using it, and then they just took it away from us, yo. So we were existing customers at the time that they took it away. So that was them not supporting the product and them kind of just saying, we don't care about our existing customers that are using it. You got to find something else.
It comes down to data and everything. If they don't see the numbers and if they don't see the turnover, they're done. They're done, right? So I on one hand, I can't blame them. On the other hand, I'm like, as a consumer, as someone that uses some of these things that get discontinued, it gets really frustrating. And I don't blame people for going, I'm not going to go use that because, and I'd rather go this way because of past experiences.
Shelly, hello. How are you doing?
Did you meet up with her?
No talk. Huh?
Did you meet up with Shelly at the Vid Summit?
We were MC, so I kind of had to meet up with her.
I got to tell you, it was so great seeing all the pictures and videos on Twitter X and everything else. I wasn't there. I wish I could have been there, but it warmed my heart to see everybody together again, kind of thing, because it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Right. And especially when I saw like you, Jason, El Jefe, and everything like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember that. Like, just like squad, like the OGs again. It was awesome.
Yeah. Shelly crushed it. And I don't know if y'all saw her booth where she actually made her soap, which like, damn, Shelly. But the booth,
I saw her boots. I saw
the booth were walking, y'all. They were walking out there.
Is that the Dude Perfect thing?
No. I mean, at the conference, she had her booth on at the conference when she was emceeing, and those boots were booting, yo. They were with some hella boots, Shelly. Good job with those.
Nice.
Technically, T said he's not missing that shit. Hey, man, you better come back, bro. You better come back.
He's about to hit 100K. Like,
yes, he is.
That's freaking awesome, man. Like,
I think he's gonna hit it this year.
Yeah.
Yes, she she didn't make the boot, but she put the diamonds, she put the rhinestones on them. She did that herself. So technically I'm giving her credit for making the boot, yo. Even though she didn't make the shoe, she made the design. So kudos to her. But yeah, man. Yeah, Shelly the Beast, yo. Shelly the Beast. Yeah, right. By may he mean put the rhinestone to listen. For the persons of the thought, you made the boot, okay? Okay,
go.
so let's go back to the Pixel. So I'm pretty sure you watched it. I think you live streamed the announcement, right?
I did a stream like pretty much like 40 minutes after.
What are your thoughts on everything that these devices are bringing to the table? What are your thoughts?
First of all, I loved how the presentation, the whole thing was live, and it was an hour and 22 minutes. They just got right into it. There was no fluff. There was no fake Mother Nature running around and everything like that. They had the guy from that's the whole thing from Apple. Man. They had the guy from Fitbit and everything in there, and I thought it was well done. They introduced the new Fitbit Charge 6, and then the Watch 2, and then Pixel 8 Pro, and then they did another thing for the Pro controls and everything with the video boost and all the Pro controls and whatnot, and then AI and everything like that. And then so I thought it was well put together. Unfortunately, I mean, if you run in circles of the leaks and everything, pretty much everything that we read in advance from trusted sources was correct, and it was good. But there's some little pieces here and there that we didn't know about. I'm surprised they didn't talk more about Android 14. They just said, "Yep, it's going to ship with it." Android 14 has been really awesome we have it on all Pixels here in the house now, and so I'm impressed with the changes. I don't want to use the word refinement, but that's really what it feels like. There's enough there, but really, if you were to put, for example, the 7 Pro and the 8 Pro side by side and do an actual on paper spec comparison, just looking at specs, there's literally 6 or 7 differences. That's it. 6 or 7 different differences. But there's also the hardware change, the flat screen. I put that on my wish list in December of last year.
Love it.
I can't tell you how happy I am. I can tell you alone, for myself alone, that's enough for me. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. Okay. It's not that I don't like curved edge screens. I just think the people that thought of it should just not exist anymore. So no, listen, I don't mind using them. I just prefer a flat screen. Okay, don't get me wrong. Curved screens matter. Okay, but I like flat screens. Okay, so I'm glad to see that, and I know for enough people out there that having that flat screen is enough reason alone. It was enough for me to use the 7A most of the time this past summer over the 7 Pro because I like that. I like the size, and I liked having the flat screen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The Pro improvements. Amazing on the 8 Pro. And also, I'm very surprised that they came so close to presenting the 8 Pro as a creator device. They definitely could have. With all the things that are in there, I think we're going to see some awesome things with not just the camera. I know we will with the camera, but with the video camera. Listen, you don't put something in called Audio Magic Eraser and Video Boost and all these other things without saying, you know what? We're here and the fruit is here. We need to go here. And I sincerely think that's where it is. I really do. With all the AI stuff that's in there.
Yep.
That Audio Magic Eraser.
Crazy.
And it's not just removing background sound. It's like you can decide how much. The best take, dude. Okay, you don't have kids, okay? I've got 2.5, and my sister has a bunch and everything. We just did a whole bunch of family photos a couple weeks ago. Okay, professional photographer and my what?
Whoa! You think I was gonna miss that? I didn't miss that. You said 2.5. Are you? Is that something that you haven't told me yet?
Loki's like half.
Oh, I'm about to say, wait. I thought we had a bun in the oven, yo. I'm like, whoa,
no, not yet.
Whoa, oh my goodness. I'm about to say that, damn.
So anyway, but like we went for these family photos. Professional photographer, she's got she's got the Canon thing going, everything like that, and we're all dressed up and everything. And my sister's kids, I mean, I love my niece and nephew, but running around, looking away. And all I could think to myself was, because this is before the announcement, I'm thinking, man, if she was using a Pixel with Best Take, this would go so much smoother. But it's cool, right? You get to take a bunch of pictures and then AI will pick one. It's not picking a random photo from the catalog. It's from that session. It's going to be huge for families and for group photos. For families, oh my God, you're going to see so many great things. Like we thought we didn't get this and then we got it kind of thing. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that that Google always has done well with the Pixel phones, the software, and how easy and how like well integrated it is into regular everyday things that people might want or need from their phone. So
yep.
I mean, we talk about things like call screening. Now you got Magic Eraser, just
The
different
AI,
things like that. Yeah.
the AI are part of everything. I really commend and I salute to Google for really making the AI part of what they're doing more friendly than what most people might feel, right? Because I know some people are freaked out and oh my god, Terminator, and whatever. And then you see the headlines in the news and the mass media and everything like that. So they brought a real human element to like this is what you can do to help, right? And that's really the focus. They went really hard with tech lifestyle this year. It wasn't just tech; it was tech lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny that you use that terminology, tech lifestyle. I was talking to Taylor Tech last week here on the stream about how Apple got to be the company that they are today, and a lot of it is largely due to them transforming themselves into a tech lifestyle company. And if Google is going to take a similar route, then I think that will work out well for them.
Yeah. Any way they can simplify it, everybody understands 7 years. Everybody understands like Magic Eraser. They make it simple terms, right? Best take allows you to get the best picture. To really simplify it and not complicate it through different layers of software and whatnot, and just to like whoever thought of best take and, for example, Audio Magic Eraser to do this, freaking genius, because we all can relate to those situations. Man, I took this awesome video and I was downtown New York and the sirens are going off and you can't even hear my wife talking in front of the Empire State Building, and now you can remove that. That's crazy. That's just it's absolutely insane.
Don't forget real tone. Real tone is big for people of color.
And I like, and I can't speak. I mean, I understand. I've always appreciate that as well. And our friends in the community and whatnot always point that out and everything like that. I think that's huge as well. I don't think it's a problem with other OEMs, but it's cool that they focus on that. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody else focusing on it. So Google's ahead of the curve on that, and cool for them. You don't have any of the new iPhones, right, this year? You passed
no. So it's funny enough that this camera right here is actually an 11 Pro Max, and I was going to trade this, and it still does a terrific job, right? Like look at that, like
yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
And but I'm not an iPhone person. This iPhone sits in the studio. I use it in the studio. I use it for a phone number for the company and for taking some photos here and there and for communications and whatnot, and a camera, right? But like anybody that iMessages me on there, you'll be lucky if I see it during the day if I'm not in the studio, if I'm not at home, kind of thing. So I was so close to trading that for a 15 Pro. And then everybody's phones started blowing up and catching on fire. No, I'm just kidding. So I held off, and I'm glad I held off because my carrier guy, he's like, yeah, I need that iPhone. I get you a better deal on the 8 Pro. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what's your whole, I mean, I don't want to dismiss people having issues with it, but it seems like it's been nipped in the bud here, or nipped in the bud, or how the saying is. What's your whole, I mean, I know we've seen the tweets and everything like that, but I mean.
Yeah. So shout out to Fusion. This casing's absolutely incredible, by the way.
That's nice, dude.
I love these casing. But yeah, I updated the phone yesterday. The update before it came out to fix the heating issue. And since then, I haven't really seen too many overheating or getting. Actually, my phone never overheated. Kind of got warm in some instances. But
yeah, there's a difference between like hot and warm, right?
Now it did get a little warm when I was charging it the other night, but maybe that was just a one-time thing. We'll have to stay on top of that and see if that becomes an issue. But other than that, it's been operating normally now. So. And when I say operating normally, I mean operating without getting warm. So maybe Apple did adjust the stuff. iPhone, though, came out with a video not too long ago. He had a thesis that Instagram was causing it. And I think some other outlets kind of backed that up, that Instagram operating in the background might have caused some of the iPhones to overheat a little bit. So,
so was it like I keep on reading about how Instagram did this to them? Was it like, so Apple pushed out an actual update, correct? Like another update? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it iOS? Is it 17? Is that what it is?
It's 17.0.3.
Yeah. Okay. So it's on 17. So, but like, was it ever actually confirmed? I mean, I know Apple's not going to say anything, but was it ever actually confirmed that it was Instagram?
No. Apple just said that they are pushing an update that will address some of the overheating issues.
Yeah.
I think they had something about they thought it was due to some of the way that some of the apps were optimized or working with iOS 17 and not optimized properly. So that's why they pushed out the update, and hopefully the update will alleviate these issues. So we shall see.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they took care of it, and for the people that got all the clicks and everything, I mean,
Oh my god.
I hate to
Oh
admit
my
it, man.
god.
It's kind of part of the game, but at the end of the day, I kind of question. I go, where's your integrity?
You know what? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The viewers are not stupid.
No.
They see what you're doing, and I'm telling you, they're not fans. Or most of them are not gonna like it because they're you're like playing with people's emotions for no reason. Like it's just some of the
I think
stuff
it's,
that they're sensationalizing. It's not that serious.
it's okay to report on it once or twice, maybe
Right.
show your experience. Maybe you did a follow-up and you exchange
Yeah.
the advice. Like that makes sense. That's a path, that's a story that people can follow and understand, right?
Right.
But when you're just going on and
Yeah.
on and on every day on Twitter, RJ, and every day and sorry. And like it just makes me kind of question, right? So
So LeBaron says, quote me on this, in the next 5 years, Google will have gained an equivalent stronghold in the smart home personal assistant position that Apple has in mobile. Um Shit, I would argue that they're almost well, they're not quite there, but they're getting damn near there now.
they're doing
Uh,
well in Japan. Like I knew they were popular, but not as big as some of the reports we saw recently. Like that's awesome.
but he's talking about smart home stuff. He's not talking about their
Oh,
their
sorry,
mobile
the smart home stuff.
smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I think Amazon is the biggest player in the smart home game right now, but Google is like coming up on their heels. So I don't even know if it'll take 5 years of bearing. If Google keep making better products and updating these AI services and things like that, I think they can catch Amazon pretty quickly and, like you said, have the Apple equivalent of the smart home game on lockdown. So it might happen quicker than 5 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, are you shushing people?
That's not what I said. I was clearing my throat. I don't know what Stephanie is talking about, man. He's a liar.
Oh, he's talking ecosystem. Oh, okay. Oh, ecosystem. Okay. Shit. And then again, I would argue that the hell they almost have it on lockdown. I mean,
Okay.
bro,
So you want to talk about you want to talk about Pixel ecosystem? We have that here in my home. Okay. My wife uses a Pixel 7. My son, well, now I just switched my son to the 7A today from the 6A. He had a 6A for 2 weeks, and now I've got him on the 7A because I'm getting the 8 Pro and just the way things moved out. My daughter uses the Pixel tablet more than anybody. We use the Family Link app to minimize their time and monitor what they're doing and whatnot. Fortunately, we've been able to teach them so we don't have to rely on an app and stuff like that, which is great. That's a whole different conversation for parents and everything. And then we got the doorbell, and then we got a few cameras and whatnot, and it all works so well. Now, did we get here all in 1 week? No, this took a few years and everything like that. But I'm excited to show people that on one of my other channels, which I might be renaming here pretty quick, and I'm working on some things. So, when people say, "Oh, there's no ecosystem with Google," yeah, there is, and Samsung has an ecosystem, and it's getting there. It's all getting there, and it's in a lot of ways, it's already there, right?
you all have heard me talk about at length on these live streams how I feel like Apple is like missing an opportunity in smart home technology. I don't know why they're not focusing more on it, especially given that they already have an ecosystem in place to kind of support it with the iPhone. Like we know that the iPhone is the centerpiece of everything that Apple does, but why are they not making more smart home devices? Like they want to be so lifestyle, and our lifestyle is literally centered in the home, but Apple not done anything.
I mean, I've never experienced myself, but every time I always seem to see like comments and articles about how HomeKit is trash. So, like, why do people have so many issues with it? Is this true? Like, do you use any of the HomeKit stuff?
I think they were saying that in the past because you couldn't find that many devices that supported it. But since they came out with the Matter initiative a year or so ago, I think it's easier to connect devices to HomeKit now than it was before. But still, I'm talking about Apple making actual dedicated devices that support the home. They just don't do it, and I don't know why. Like, I feel like there's an opportunity that they could take advantage of to lock people in even more. We constantly talk about how Apple locks you in. Well, hell, you can lock them in deeper if you integrate yourself into their homes. And Apple just has not done that.
Their doorbell, their camera.
Right.
I mean, yeah, right.
Like, I know Google and Amazon have the stronghold in that space, but we're talking about Apple here. If Apple wants a piece of the pie, they can easily go after it. Like, come on now.
But we're also still apparently waiting on an Apple car. Like, is that an actual thing that they're actually doing, or is it all rumor still?
It's
like,
software. It's software. They're not doing an actual car.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they are working on CarPlay in cars. So
okay.
Don Coleman says their privacy policy or their privacy goal getting in the way of smoothly functioning smart home devices. Interesting.
Good point. Very good point. I thought it was very interesting at the Pixel thing how they kept on making sure that you knew that, hey, all this AI stuff is being done locally on your device. It's all being done locally on your device and everything like that. So hopefully to alleviate some fears or concerns that people might have about, privacy and information.
So Joe says Apple aren't good at spreading themselves thin and doing a lot. It's good and bad. Apple spreads themselves too thin. Apple does the opposite. I guess, but Apple, they already have a foot in the door, in my opinion. Like I said, you got the iPhone, you got HomeKit. I mean, the very foundation of how everything works is HomeKit, and they have that in place. So now you just need the hardware. You got the HomePod. If you ever made a HomePod with a display, that could be another hub. And then you just need lights and other shit that you can put in our home space.
Maybe they just put too much money into what's the head thing called again? Vision Pro?
Vision Pro, yeah.
Do you think that's still happening?
Yeah, oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna buy it?
I'll try it in the Apple store. I'm not buying one, no.
You're not saving up your pennies yet?
Absolutely not. But I will go to the Apple store and try it, yes.
Now that you're getting that sweet StreamYard sponsorship.
Shit, I wish. Not quite. But
no. They take care of mine as well. So
are you gonna try Stream? Oh no, you're not an Apple guy. You're not gonna try it.
No, I had Google Glass back in the day. This was before I started doing tech stuff. I had Google Glass, and I couldn't really use it that much because I wasn't wearing contacts at the time. But it was cool. I only had it for a couple weeks, and I'll tell you, I straight up I returned it because it gave me headaches. I was like, my eyes couldn't properly with everything floating there, kind of thing. But it was cool at the time, right? It was cool.
Yeah, Google Glass was like so far ahead of its time. But it kind of boggles me, and maybe Joe has the point about Apple not wanting to spread themselves too thin. But I just feel like there's such an opportunity for Apple in the smart home space, and it just befuddled me as to why they won't put themselves more in there. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. I guess they're leave that to Amazon and Google. So
maybe it's on the menu. Who knows? I mean, because there's already so many third-party players, and they can kind of control that at the software level and everything like that. So they go, you know what? We don't have to do the hardware because these guys are using our HomeKit, and we're basically calling the shots. They're just doing the hardware. You know who would know this better would probably be Telosa, right? Like, you probably have some good insight on it. So
maybe. So what else is going on in the world of Zach?
Well, we're doing the weekly thing on Sundays and trying to keep that going. I might be doing something different with the Pixel channels. I got some things. I've been playing with some things on the side there. I'm still doing the voiceover work kind of during the day and the editing, and that's been kind of it. And just trying to keep the roof over the house kind of thing and everything. So it's been it's been an interesting summer.
Janosis and Joe pretty much just made the same comment about the smart home industry and how it's not very user-friendly at the time. Or Joseph said something about the consumer doesn't care about smart home stuff. Now, here's my thing, right? And maybe this is kind of over Apple's head because Steve Jobs is no longer with us, but Steve Jobs was always a master of providing things that we wanted before we even knew that we wanted them. And I kind of feel like Apple has a similar opportunity in the smart home space to like make it work so well that people didn't even know they needed smart home stuff. But Tim Cook is not that guy. He is not going to put that focus in there if he doesn't feel like it's going to make maximum revenue for Apple. So to you guys' point, I don't see it.
In terms of smart home stuff, let me show you this. Okay, so this is the back end when you're adding in a device on Google Home. Okay, if I were to do like a third party, like right there it says made with Google or works with Google. Look how many options there are. There are way too many options. It's ridiculous. I mean, you would just look up the brand and you go, right? And you think this is just like what Google has. What's available for? I mean, we're still in the A's, right? What's available for Apple when it comes to third party stuff? Like, there's so much stuff. I think the other day Don Coven was in our Discord, and he's like setting up smart lights is like trash. And it's true, man. There's so many ridiculous options out there. Sometimes they don't work and stuff like that. Maybe they're just waiting for everybody to kind of fizzle out and do their own thing. Who knows, right? Like, but it's definitely, even as a tech person, sometimes it gets super frustrating. Yeah. But once it gets all together and working like it is now, it works so well. Yeah.
I don't know, LeBaron. I think theory. I think the smart home brain is very rudimentary. I don't know if it's that complex. I mean, in theory, controlled my light when I had it hooked up back in the day. Theory controlled my light pretty well, so she can do basic stuff with the smart home. I mean, obviously she's no Alexa or Google Assistant, but at the very basic rudimentary level, theory can control smart home devices. So I don't know if I buy into that too much. But I see what you're saying, though.
Hey, Drew is in the chat.
Hi, Drew. Drew says, "Yeah, I wish there was first-party option for smart home accessories." Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because if Apple made their own accessories, then the software and the brain stuff is not even an issue because Apple makes the software, they make the hardware, so it would all work seamlessly together anyway.
Mhm.
But again, to my point earlier, Apple just does not seem interested in getting into the smart home game. They just, I mean, HomeKit is there, but they're not interested in making their own hardware for it.
It just
I don't
doesn't
know.
seem. I mean, it just doesn't seem to be like a focus or anything. I mean, they're
Yeah.
obviously iPhone is kind of like their baby, or
I
iPhone.
think
Yeah,
I think it
their
goes
baby.
back to Jonathan's point earlier where he was talking about how the average consumer or the mainstream consumer that we talk about so much with Apple, they don't care about that type of stuff. It's a little too nerdy for them. And they're not going to put the money in. And we know Apple, if it's not a big pot to be had in that particular industry, they're probably not going to allocate resources to it. So
There's still
yeah.
a generation of people that would just rather get up and push the light switch.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Right? So
I mean, sometimes I'm annoyed that I have my smart home set the way I do instead of just hitting switches. So I completely get it.
well, the other day, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened because my Philips Hue automatically updates, and that's the one that does my lights and everything like that, right? The other day, it did an update, and all of my lights were gone from my Google Home. It wasn't a Google Home update, and I had to redo everything. I had to redo all my colors and reprogram like the hey, word kind of thing and get everything working again. It only took me a half hour, but it was so annoying at the time, and it was just before I was about to stream. I couldn't turn on my studio lights or anything. It was just like, can I just push a switch and turn it up? Nope. You got to figure it out.
The other thing that's interesting about smart home technology and the way it works, at least my lights anyway, is that when there's a power outage and the power comes back on, all my lights come on, and it's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
We have 6 Google speakers. Well, they're the satellites for the Google Wi-Fi, the Google Nest Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And when they start up, they all go at the same time, and then they all tell you at the same time the mute switch is on. We're like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. LeBaron said, in order for it to be simplified, the assistant has to take up most of the work as Google progressing with AI. That process will be simplified, and all Google has to do is buy some of these companies.
Yep.
Hey, the takeover might be happening already. We just don't know it yet, yo.
They're always buying the companies, right? So
Don says they can't make it Apple enough to change enough to make it worth their while. Yeah. I mean, now I don't know. I feel like they can make it Apple enough, but again, going back to Jonathan's point, is there a big enough market for Apple to make it Apple enough for people to care? And that's where I think that it's not there. The market is just not there for the smart home space for Apple. And that's why they probably haven't dedicated resources to it because the market's just not there. Like, actually, you know what? I'm going to, let's see if I can Google smart home industry market dollars or whatever.
So let's go back to the while you look that up. I know you already said you don't have any plans of getting the new Pixel devices, but what hasn't been covered yet that you want to see coverage of for the new devices?
I mean, again, I don't know everything because I was out of town, so I didn't really pay attention to the event too much. But with any smartphone, I'm looking at the cameras and what they can do and what they can and can't, and comparing them to what Samsung is doing and what Apple is doing. So I think when these 8 and 8 Pro come out next week, I want to see how good the cameras are compared to the iPhone 15, the Samsung S23 Ultra, stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking at.
The Pro Control comparison, for example, against like a Galaxy S23 Ultra, very interested in that. I'm not one that always dives into them. I did a little bit when Samsung sent the device my way. But I'm very interested to see the people that really do those deep, Pro Control comparisons. That should be interesting to see.
Okay, so
did you find the numbers?
I got some interesting numbers here. Let's share my screen here. It's been crazy. So if I'm reading these numbers right, I don't know why Apple's not interested in this industry because according to the numbers, the industry was valued at $80 billion in 2022 and projected to grow to $98 billion in 2023. How does Apple not want a piece of that? Like, I don't understand.
There's got to be a control aspect. There's got to be something on the back. There's got to be a reason why they just don't have enough assets or whatever. But like I said, they have a lot of control as it is with HomeKit. Maybe they just don't want to touch the hardware. I mean, they should. I completely agree with you. Yeah, it would make it easy, right?
Yeah, my thought process was maybe there's not a market there for Apple, but shit, that's a market, all right. The market is clearly there. So
Drew's asking me. I'm assuming this is for me. Why does the Pixel 8 Pro video boost feature only work on the Pro if it's off-device processing? Drew, I'm going to tell you guys straight up right now. I asked the same question during the virtual meeting a week ago. Okay, I was in that meeting with all the other media and whatnot, and other people that we all know and everything like that. And several people, including myself, typed that question. into the chat, and it was not answered. And maybe there is an answer. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But if it's being done on device, maybe it's something they just want to do for just the Pro model for now. So
So
that's my
you
speculation.
said you were in a meeting with their engineers?
No. So a week before the announcement, I was invited. Like I can talk about this now. It's okay. A week before the Google event on Wednesday. So on the third or whatever. Yeah, the third. I think it was third or fourth. I was in a virtual meeting with a bunch of other people that we know, like Droid Life was in there, Brian Tong, the Linus Tech Tips. I didn't take a screenshot or anything like that. I'm just trying to remember the name. There was like 180 some odd people in there. It was all media people from North America, UK.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Not Team Pixel, which is a different, kind of organization.
right. So
Google
are
and
they
stuff.
going to send you a device?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So I already knew I wanted to review one of them. So I'm getting the 8 Pro on Thursday. I think was my carrier said I can come pick it up. So, and I'm getting the blue color, the bay blue. I'm gonna bay is bay, as you would say. I did.
So I'm trying to understand the question that A is asking. Vyyyper is asking, are you guys excited that the iPhone is I think she meant to say titanium, or they meant to say titanium, because we are sick and tired of that stainless steel for years and years. A lot of people like stainless steel. What's that?
There's nothing wrong with stainless steel.
Yeah, a lot of people like stainless steel.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it, but I do appreciate that titanium provides for a lighter device. I mean, you can literally feel the weight difference between an iPhone 14 and 15 Pro. Like, it's palpable and it's incredible. It makes it easier to hold in the hand. And for those crazy people out there that like to rock their iPhone cases, it's like a dream come true for them. So, man, they are living their best life.
I think titanium is a cool move and everything like that. I'm not sure if they're going to continue doing it. It's really wild to see what's been happening with it so far. If you really keep on, again, it should be interesting to see how things progress. Like even a month from now, right? Are these things all easy to crack? And have you noticed that nobody else has put a video out or even shown them breaking one in half, or not breaking it in half, but like what Jerry Rig did?
Because nobody's gonna snap their phone in half like Jerry.
I know, but you would think that somebody else would at least try that, because you remember when Lou, decided to flex the 6 there. Then everybody was like, betting their aluminum iPhones, right? I thought we would see at least a couple more. Hey, it's Renee Ritchie. Do you know this guy, Renee Ritchie?
I know Renee. I thought the other account. I thought the other one, Renee. How you doing, sir? Hey, Renee, you crushed it at Event Summit, my dude. It was so much fun to introduce you out there, man.
You put on a good talk.
What's that?
He put on a good talk.
Oh yeah, of course he did. Absolutely.
Nice.
Renee always puts on a good talk.
Awesome, man.
Awesome. Renee was born for that stuff, because again, Renee was a tech journalist for so long that he knows how to talk to people. So
what quick thing for Renee, I'm going to be starting, this is like completely out there, it's not even related to tech. I'm going to be starting a poutine tasting channel where you ever see that guy from Barstool Sports? I can't remember his name. He's always outside and doing the pizza thing, eating a slice of pizza like right in front of the place, right? And he goes around the different cities and everything. I want to do the same thing, go to places that have poutine and just try their poutine on the spot. And there's a plate there. Yeah, I know, right, Renee? Right? There's like 3 places I can think of in Montreal alone, like Schwartz's, Dunn's, and I can't remember the other place. I would want to start there and then work my way west, and hopefully not gain 300 pounds between. But I want to do like all these shorts with like trying out poutine, because. And by the way, people, it's not cheese, it's cheese curds, fries, cheese curds, preferably Quebec cheese curds, gravy. That's it. That's all you need. Beautiful.
Renee says that Banquet is the big one, whatever that means.
That's okay. Maybe that's the other one. Yeah. So like Dunn's, Banquet, and then Schwartz. Yeah, those are like the 3 in Montreal. Oh my God.
Gotcha. Yeah. Jonathan, to answer your question, I am not, because I have the Pixel Fold, so I am picking it out for the year. So let's say,
where is it? Where is it? Do you have it with you?
It's in my bag in the other room somewhere.
Okay. Was it your go-to for while you were traveling, or were you using your iPhone?
I was using my iPhone mostly, and I have my Z Fold 5 with me as well.
Still liking the Fold though, the Pixel Fold?
Yeah. To be honest, I use my Z Fold more. To be honest with you.
Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah. So do you remember? I think it was the Pixel 5a. Google only released it in Japan and US. They're doing the same thing with the Fold. But you know what? Here's my hope. Next year, Fold 2, and maybe a Flip worldwide. I think a Google Pixel Flip would just do amazing. I think it would be just awesome.
I really hope, and it's funny because we were talking about Google commitment issues earlier, but I really hope they keep iterating and developing on the Z Fold. I mean, not Z Fold, the Pixel Fold, because
Pixel Fold.
the Pixel Fold is a great device. Like that first try was amazing, but there's still work to be done with that device that they can do to make it better. So I hope they keep improving on it next year. So
Vyyyper, you need to go to that website that Renee just put up and show the people. Just show the first page. Just show the first page.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude! Look at those fries. Oh my god, look at those fries.
Hold on, give me a second here. All right,
it's now a food stream.
All right, so we're gonna give me a second here. I'm gonna share the screen.
Oh my goodness.
Boom, boom. All right,
click on the top dot there.
Boom. Okay. Wait, what now? The top dot.
Right there. See that? See how there's like 4 little dots next to the poutine. Anyway, there. Look at that. That's glorious. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. We'll go back there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, actually, and if you go to menu and then click on poutine, they literally have what I just said: fries, cheese curds, gravy equals. That's awesome. There you go.
Kind of like what I do with my nachos.
There you go. I mean, it's totally healthy, right? It's totally healthy.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I might have to try that one time before I get back to Canada.
You've never had poutine? You've never had?
No.
Oh my god, man. Okay, how long of a drive is it from Chicago to Montreal?
Not sure. Haven't looked into it.
Yeah, have you got a passport?
I do not know.
Okay, so you have all the passes, but not a passport. Okay,
yeah.
So you can travel throughout the U.S., but not internationally. Correct. Okay, well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Not bad. By counting the fries. Renee. Oh, Renee, it's too funny.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Speaking of traveling, Renee's been all over the damn country, seemingly.
Yeah, the dude he's traveling more than before. Yeah. He's making up for all the time with the vid there. Yeah.
Right. Renee, man, I took some micro sleeps on my 5 a.m. flight, man. I was sleeping a little bit, but I'm okay now for now.
Did I read that properly on Twitter X where you left early by accident, or you booked to leave early by accident? You booked a shorter day?
So Bit Summit was the 3rd through the 5th of October. I thought my dumbass thought it was over on the 4th, so I had my flight out on the 5th, not realizing that there's a whole nother day to be had on the 5th. So I had to book the hotel room for another day. Then I had to rebook a flight for the next day. So it was a whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, so you ended up staying though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had to spend some money.
Okay.
Which is being taken care of. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got.
Yeah, it's being handled.
It's handled. Yeah. Jimmy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Put me through to Daryl. Yeah. Okay.
Not quite, but it's being handled.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, man. Like I said, it was good to see Renee and all the people at Vistum and met a bunch of new faces. It's so weird when people come up to me and they're like, they see me on Roberto's streams or they see me in the vidIQ live stream and they just come up to me and say hello. It's so cool, man. Like,
yeah,
it's what YouTube has allowed for us as creators to like reach people and how far and wide we reach people just by putting ourselves on video. It's absolutely incredible, man.
Well, the only one I've ever been to was 2018, which I think was like the 2nd year they've done it or something like that. So I imagine this was so much larger, if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't.
Because
they moved it to Texas, right?
Yeah, they moved it to Texas moved it to a bigger venue, and they doubled the people. So it was definitely a lot of people out there.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was legit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we got the Pixel coming out. So yeah, to Jonathan's question earlier. Again, let Google send me a phone. I will not be getting one probably because I got my phone, and yeah, I'm good with that.
You know what else was released the same day? Kind of silently, and it's kind of making waves now. Galaxy S23 FE.
I heard that, yeah.
FE, and I thought the announcement was supposed to be the next day and everything. Like our friend Enenbong had a bunch of videos and everything like that. I messaged him like, dude, did you just break embargo? He's like, nah. But he has like all the colors. It's obviously a direct to be competing with on that level.
Really at that man? That man ain't breaking no embargo.
I need an excuse to DM him because I thought I thought for a second he was, but anyway. But they look good. There's like 5 or 6 different colors and everything like that, and I haven't looked at it closely, but I think the price point is.
Wait, what? Wait. We have a restaurant in Chicago that have poutine? Really? Ooh.
Well, you should be able to get it, man. And again, it has to be cheese curds, not cheese, just cheese curds.
All right, man, you have to write me to a restaurant. I might have to go check that out for sure. Yeah.
You tag me, man, if you find a place.
The poet says Toronto has some great spots. I bet. I mean, Canada has all the poutine. Renee says outside Quebec, poutine typically has different cheese and gravy. Right?
Yep. Yeah, there's the places that know what they're doing use cheese curds. There's a place here in Calgary that they put chunks of Montreal smoked meat in it. Oh my god, dude.
So funny that we're talking about food because while I was in Texas, I had Whataburger, and that was the first time I ever had Whataburger because that was the first time I was in
Is it
Texas.
good?
It was good, but apparently I did not get the correct thing. It was funny when because I did an Uber Eats order, so when my driver pulled up with the bag, the valet were out there, and the valet was like, "Oh, what you get?" Because they kind of we were talking, they knew it was my first time getting it, and I told them I just got 3 Whataburger Juniors or whatever. They're like, "Man, you should got the patty melt." And multiple people there told me I should got the patty melt. So next time I go back, I'll have to get the patty melt.
So we're gonna have an argument now, you and I. We're gonna talk about French fries.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So you and I will go. So when we went to Vid Summit 2018, Hefe there, LFA Reviews Jeff, he took us to In-N-Out. It was I think it was both our first times In-N-Out, right? We popped the cherries there. It was awesome. It was amazing, and they do fresh, like they cut the fries there, kind of thing, right? Okay. And my favorite French fries of any restaurant is Five Guys. Because they literally get them from like locally, they wash them and they cut them, they fry them, they take them out and they fry them again. They throw some stuff on there and they fill your bag. It's amazing.
Listen, man,
McDonald's French fries. Don't even get me started.
I am not a fan of chunky fries. Five Guys got them chunky fries. I like the thin French fries like McDonald's has. Okay.
So you like the baby. You like the thin.
I like the thin French fries. Okay. I ain't with that chunky French fry stuff. I ain't with that.
Have you seen that movie with? Have you seen the Founder, the one with Michael Keaton? McDonald's movie?
No.
Watch that. You'll love it. It's called The Founder. Please watch that. You'll love it. It's about Ray Kroc and how he took out McDonald's and
listen. We had this debate a year ago, y'all. Y'all all wrong. McDonald's has the best fries today.
There's a whole section where they do the fry thing. They're like crispy on the outside, fluffy in the middle, and they're like
McDonald's has the best fries. Y'all are wrong. Please stop. Okay.
The Poets is right, and I'm gonna say it like the Poets. You ready? Five guys on top. Five guys on top.
That sounds terrible. Don't do that again. This is a family show, sir.
I know. Hold on. I mean,
oh yeah.
Too much, man. Jeez. First Emily twerking. Now you talking about some podcasts.
I'm family friendly. It's my cat's not family friendly. So.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? How is Loki doing?
Okay? So we had a bit of a scare about a month and a half ago. Yeah, I was a complete mess. Like. Oh man, like earlier this year, as you know, my mother-in-law passed away, and then like this, right? Just out of nowhere, he was crying. Anyway, we took him in. He had crystals, which happens quite often, especially with fixed male cats. We got him on antibiotics, which cost way too much money because we don't have cat insurance and everything like that, or animal insurance. Anyway, and then and now we have him on a brand new diet, and he's actually lost a lot of weight. He's really healthy. He's not like shriveling up or anything like that, but now he gets like wet food and dry food and certain amounts of special diabetic food. He's doing a lot better, but unfortunately in the last couple of weeks, almost immediately after, his rear legs are like he's slipping when he's walking and everything, and he's not old, he's mature, and apparently it's known to happen with cats that have or had or are battling diabetes kind of thing. So we're monitoring it. He's not in pain. He's just having some trouble going up and down the stairs, so we've had to help him here and there. But other than that, he's good. He still purrs. He still licks my face and everything like that, and everything. And everybody's happy. He's not in pain and everything. He's just getting older, and we're helping him out. So yeah.
Gotcha. I'm glad he's doing okay for the most part.
Yeah, okay. My buddy.
So I just want to comment on something real quick. And I know a lot of you all that are watching tonight are creators, and I always tell you guys that you never know who's watching, right? So we got my boy Drew Taylor to take in the chat tonight, but he's under his Drew account. Some of y'all may or may not have known who that is, and I'm apologize for putting you on blast, but I'm about to make a point here. You never know who's watching your content. Like your favorite bigger creator probably have alternate accounts that they might be watching you under, and you never know. So if you're a small creator and you're just starting, or you don't have a lot of stuff and all that stuff, none of that matters because you never know who's watching you, dude. Like John Prosser somehow found himself in my live stream when I had like 100 subscribers. Yo, like I'm just gonna let you guys know that you never know who's watching. So when you are out there, oh yeah, he's been crushing it. But when you're out here creating content, go out here and do the best you can because you never know who's watching. And like I keep telling you all, it only takes one view to change your life. Like one influential person can put you on the map. And again, you don't know who's gonna be watching you or when they'll be watching you. So don't take a day off. Don't sell yourself short. Go out there, put out your best foot forward, and hey, good things will happen to you. Rumi, okay.
It's interesting. I don't know if I hope John's going back to doing like the kind of typical news, but these last two kind of essay things, like this is the end of Apple and best iPhone ever. I really like these one-on-ones that John's doing, like talking about his experience with the iPhone and everything like that. Like it just feels like, okay, that's the John I know, and we're just having a coffee, and he's wearing pants, which is great. So, but I think they've done really well. They've been done really well.
I haven't talked to him about this, so I have no idea. But I wonder if he's trying to pivot away from the leaking stuff.
Well, he
Just-
hasn't done a if you go through his videos, I don't know if he privated them or unlisted, but I don't see the word leak or exclusive like on the pages right now and everything like that. And you know what? It would make sense if you want, because how often can you do that? I mean, I don't think it's very sustainable. But then again, if you look back at FPT's like earlier stuff, it was massively different from what it is. You got to change with the market, and you grow and you mature and whatnot. So I think like if John was a brand new channel and he was doing this one-on-one telling you about the iPhone, I don't think anybody would watch that. But he's got years of coverage and the leaks, and when people think of Apple, and they're gonna go, okay, front page tech, John Prosser. So now it has the credibility to it. So now he can do that. It's kind of like actors that go do like Shia LaBeouf, right? He does all the Transformer movies, right? He hated doing them. And now he does all these weird passion projects because now he got his bag and now he can do what he wants, kind of thing. That's the way I kind of see what John has done. I'm not saying in terms of money, but he established his credibility in the name and whatnot, and the front page tech and his name and everything. And now he can pivot and do cool things like this, right?
And that's what I'm always preaching when I'm at work and I'm on the podcast for VidIQ. Like, I'm not saying that you have to be locked into one type of content forever, but starting out, you have to be really focused because that's how you build your name and credibility. But once you build your name and credibility, then you can be like Zach was describing John Prosser and kind of pivot out to different things because you already have that credibility and people will be more willing to go with you on your new journey. Kind of like Renee Ritchie.
Yeah.
Renee was doing hardcore Apple stuff, but once he took the job at YouTube, he had to go a different direction. But he had the credibility to go that different direction because he had established himself in the Apple space. So,
yep.
Sometimes you just got to go a different way, and that's okay.
I just went through the front page tech. There's still the leak videos are up there, so I don't know if he's pivoting, but I really like that they're doing these one-off here and there, like kind of serious essay type thing, deep dive history of kind of, because we saw he did one, remember, a few years ago with about not Tim Cook, about oh my God, Steve Jobs and everything like that. Remember that was one of them that blew up and everything, kind of thing.
Yep.
And this recent one here. So yeah.
Yep. All right. So I can't do this from StreamYard, but I'm gonna put a link in the chat here, and I'm gonna send you guys to LaShawn because he's streaming right now. Holla at your boy. You probably know who he is, but that's the link to the stream. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. Zach, thank you for joining, my dude.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. We're going to finish up Ahsoka tonight. Last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I need to finish that too. I think I'm 1 or 2 episodes out. I need to finish that too.
Yeah, we got 2
left. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. I think it's one of my favorite Star Wars shows.
It was better than I thought it would be. I was really unsure about the first episode, and then I think it was around episode 4 or 5, and I'm like, yeah, this is Star Wars, man. Yeah,
no doubt. But yeah, click the link. Go chill out with LaShawn, and I will catch you guys next week. Zach, take care of yourself, man.
Thank you.
Peace.
Cheers.